Welcome to the Writer Reads The Songster and the Pirates. This is part 4 of 4. She hummed the song of the great cold that could not be escaped, the tune of the hunter's grief whose lyrics would spring to mind unbidden, the Vulpine retreat, where an army of wolves retired to lick its wounds and live to fight another day. And through the notes, the vibrating hums and the chilling ultras, she wove her fear of the wayfarer, of his vengeance, and the nameless unease he had engendered. Around her, wolf shapes departed, taking the nearest exit and pressing themselves against walls to stay as far from her as possible. Taran hummed, and the beast sang, making its tune in her throat alone. And together they wound emotion into every note, emanating dread like the centre of a terror storm. As the last wolf bolted from her presence, monitors on one of the consoles showed the first wolf dropships leaving, sending requests for emergency pickup as they went. Once the room was empty, Taran kept humming and hoped she could activate the comms link before the wolves stopped running and remembered their sound suppressors. She spared a glance for the warrior's body, noting the blood staining its silver-blue hair and the corpse-still way in which he lay. Threaten her wings, would he? Her beast growled, well pleased at his demise, but disappointed there hadn't been more enemies to kill. Bloodthirsty child, she told it, smoothing its fur and scratching its head. Rest. There will be other battles where you can play. She found the controls she needed and opened the channel, hoping there weren't other crews aboard the Wayfarer's vessel who could cut the link. Once that was done, there was only one thing left to do. Take the stars-becursed tape from her mouth and hope she could still make words afterwards. It was not an experience that bore repeating. Taran rubbed some of the pain away, rolling her lips together and moving her mouth before experimenting with the softly sung scale. It would have to be enough. Punching broadcast, she sent the call out, weaving the urgency of her need into the lyrics, opening the visuals when the request came through, and painfully aware that she should have locked the doors before she began. If she wasn't very, very lucky, the battle cruiser answering her call would have nothing left to save. May I come in? Taran's song faltered, and she looked for the source of the voice. It was familiar, but she took a moment to place it before remembering the damned werewolf's sigh. He'd been smart enough to leave her head, and then put most of a room between them before she and her beast had sung the banshee's note. Why he was returning now was beyond her. I seek mercy and a chance to make amends. You have destroyed my pack. I will need someone new to follow. Taran's beast lifted its head, and Taran felt the wolf's sigh hesitate, realized he was in her head and well within her reach. Please. So you could teach a werewolf to beg. Come, she said, using her mind so her voice would not waver, watching the door to the gym slowly open and the wolf slide through, and only relaxing a fraction when he closed and locked it tight behind him. She watched him lock the other two entrances and then place himself between her and any incoming danger. Perhaps she would keep him alive, after all. In her head, her beast circled the wolf-sized presence, daring him to try and leave. It was disappointed when he did not so much as twitch. Taran ruffled its fur again and continued with her song, monitoring the military unit's progress as it discovered the wolf ship floating all alone inside the edge of the asteroid belt. Come out, its commander ordered, but the ship did not move. It did not respond, save for the song it broadcast to his own vessel, the song which drew him, even though his mind rebelled. In the end, he tracted it out, wincing at each impact from stray asteroids, and surprised when the boarding party found but two survivors, a wolf and a songster, along with one very dead pirate.